Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. How about yourself?
Good. Thank you for hanging on.
Yep, I was just getting ready to hang up. So let me hold on a little bit more. Uh, I just want to thank you for all your help. I did the BEC back in 2009, and I think like one of the other callers, I was on a scholarship and my thing was running out, so I had to get all four parts in at once. I had like 3 months, and I ended up in the hospital for a week. So after I did BEC and I failed it, I gave up. So now I'm trying it again. So I'm doing things a little differently this time. And I started getting frustrated about a couple weeks ago. And I went on my laptop one night and just, typed CPA review in, and then another 71 came up, and I started reading it. And I'm like, wow, this sounds like me. So,
Hmm.
I use that to help me to kind of like get rid of my frustration. So I'm refocused, and I'm planning on taking BEC at the end of February. And but I made a big boo boo the other night. I went to do my application and I applied for reg instead of BEC. So my notice to schedule expires in July. So between now and July, I have to do the BEC and the reg. So I'm thinking
Which is fine.
BEC,
That's fine.
yeah, BEC in February, and by April, as soon as the next window opens, I'll be doing REG.
Yep.
So is that a good approach?
Yeah, it is. See, um, so take BC at the end of February, and the previous caller is in this exact same situation. BC end of February, study all of March and most of April for reg, and then um, take it at the end of April, early May.
Okay.
Yeah, and then study. And so then, do you have any exams after that?
Well, I still have
The other two?
bar and auditing, yeah.
Yeah. So then you'll study May and June for the next exam, and take FAR like July 1st. I would take it before the July 4th holiday, and then take your next exam in August, and hopefully you'll be done.
Yeah, that's my goal because I want to be done before my 50th birthday, which is in September. So,
Well, that would be an amazing birthday present.
yes, it would be. So, okay, so that's it. Again, I appreciate you. I got your notes and everything, and I'm trying to, grasp everything. I'm making my own notes as I go along because I've been writing notes and rewriting and rewriting. So, and I think I learn better when I do that. So when I see the questions, everything just comes back. So it's a great way of doing it. So,
Awesome. What was your first name?
Angela.
Angela. Okay. Well, Angela, thank you for calling in. And if I do another one of these soon, I look forward to talking to you again.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
All
Have a
right.
good one.
Thank you, Angela. Area code 646. Are you there? 646? Area code 703. Area code 808.
Hey Jeff, how are you?
Hey, who am I speaking with?
I'm Felix, area code 808.
Yeah, I say Felix?
Yes.
Cool. How's it going, Felix?
So I just good. It's a little early here in Hawaii, but
I
still
bet.
want
I
to
bet.
make it a little quick. And just wanted. I wish I found your notes and another 7-1 much sooner. I just had done it. I just waited. I have missed it all these years.
Mm.
So I just want. I really found that the one thing that I found really helpful was just copying the notes. I really think that helped me refocus and help me improve my school.
Are you talking about the Ninja Notes?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
Cool.
So I found that really helpful and actually helped me to boost my scores because one of my poor people, but after I've done that, my scores have improved more than 10 points. So I wish I just came. found it sooner, then it would have a lot of frustration.
Awesome. So have you passed any exam sections?
I guess I just have audit and FAR left.
Okay, and when are they scheduled?
I'm aiming to sit for audit at the end of February, and I have not started FAR. Hopefully I'll aim it for in the next testing window, maybe late April or early May, something like that.
Yep, that sounds good.
I guess one of my questions to you, Jeff, is I am having some difficulties in grasping where is the perfect point that I feel comfortable with the materials, because I feel that sometimes I overstudy and sometimes I understudy. And when sometimes I feel confident in doing my final review the day or two before, then I said, oh geez, I feel that I'm not as comfortable at these as I should be. Then I start panicking and freaking out.
Do you do a comprehensive practice exam?
I have done the ones that they have in Becca, the practice exams.
Yeah, don't do those.
Okay.
Because a practice exam is not, number one, it's not a good use of your time. So if you have 4 hours to do a practice exam, so you're working exam questions and not getting the immediate feedback. So you have to wait till the end to figure out if you got something wrong and why. So you have to go back. Okay, what was that question again? Okay, yeah, okay. Now I remember that. It's not an efficient use of your time, and it's not an effective use of your time. Because it doesn't tell you anything, and because the exam doesn't grade on a percentage basis. It uses all sorts of different scientific psychometric stuff that no one understands. But what it can do is, maybe you are exam ready, but your practice exam is telling you that you scored like a 72 or something. And so all that to say, don't do practice exams, because they can either inflate your confidence unnecessarily or make you feel worse about your prep than is necessary.
Right.
Sometimes
it's more like a psychological thing.
Yeah. So on a tangible level, let's say. So for audit, you have your audit sampling, internal control, auditing and technology, audit reports, et cetera. Just start hammering away. So pick like audit sampling, do 20 to 30, probably 30 audit sampling questions in study mode, so you get that instant feedback. And if you're scoring arbitrarily 70 to 75%, but I say 70, then move on. Move on to your next topic.
Okay.
And if you can get 70s consistently, go in and take your exam.
I think that's a good approach.
Yeah.
So, already. So, just once again, thank you for putting all that out together, and really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for calling in, Felix. I appreciate it.
Okay, take care, Joe.
Okay. Area code 917. Hello, 917. Okay, there's people here connected to a computer, and I can't tell if you want me to put you on, because not everyone has a mic. If you want me to put you on, type it in the chat box, please, and I'll put you on. We go to the next area code 917.
Yes, hello?
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. Who am I speaking with?
Rose?
Hey, Rose.
Okay, I'm currently studying for BC, and I was wondering about the writing part, the writing communication.
Okay.
I'm really worried about it because English is not my first language.
Okay. Yep.
So I was wondering, how much is the stress on the grammar and other stuff like that?
The grammar and the keywords are the most important aspect. So you can write some nonsense, but as long as it has grammar, like correct grammar, you spell everything correctly, and you use the correct keywords and buzzwords that they would be looking for, like over a question over like price elasticity of demand.
So how can I go about practicing it?
That's tough. Number one, understanding the material from a conceptual level enough to know what words you should use. But to practice it, you know, I got good at writing just by writing a lot. And so it's not something that you can just like figure out. You have to practice it. And so one thing you could do is you can go on the forum and say, hey, everyone, this is a sample BEC written communication question. Here's my answer. Will you please give me some constructive feedback? And people will help you out. That's what I would do.
All right.
But if you find yourself in a bind on the exam, even if you don't really have an answer, still construct a good memo and just BS your way through it.
Let me ask you, if I'm studying currently 3 weeks for the information stuff, I didn't even start with writing communication, should I still take it in the February or leave it all for April?
You started studying 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Definitely take it into February.
But the written communication only comes with practice, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's not something that you're going to be able to. I mean, someone who is an English as a second language candidate, they're not going to be able to perfect the written communication skills in a few months. And so all that you can do is do your best. And so what you can do is make sure that you use good grammar or proper grammar. Make sure that you leave no words misspelled, and make sure that when appropriate, plug in some keywords, because I'm pretty sure it's a computer grading it. I mean, I think that when they review an exam, a human grades it, but if you think of how many thousands of people take BEC, they don't have CPAs sitting in a room grading written communication questions over 10,000 exams. I mean, so I would study the material so that you understand it conceptually for the multiple choice questions. And like if you understand price elasticity of demand enough to do it in a multiple choice question, if they ask you some concept, chances are you're going to know it and at least be able to communicate that somewhat effectively.
I hear you. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Okay. Hey, Vosa, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey,
Hey,
how's it going, man?
well, good. Where are you calling from?
California.
And did I say your name correctly?
Perfectly.
Awesome.
Okay, so I actually just heard about you like maybe a week or two ago.
Hopefully it was
And,
good.
oh yeah. I actually ordered flashcards for audit.
Oh, cool.
So I was just wondering the best strategy, because I took the test before, and I'm using Becker, and I actually got a 55 on the first one I took. And I want to take it again by the end of February at the latest. So I'm just wondering what is like the best strategy.
Is this your first exam?
Yeah, it is.
Or, sorry, your first exam section?
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Okay, actually, let me. So what I did before was I've been listening since you started, and someone called in talking about the same thing. What I was doing before was I would go through the video and um, do the notes like they tell you to, and then do practice tests. I mean, review questions on that section. And so I did that for the six things, and then I was doing the comprehensive tests. Like you were just discouraging people to to not do.
Right.
Yeah, and all that stuff. So, but what I started doing again, because I talked to a friend of mine who has passed all four sections, and so what I started doing was going through the book and writing notes down.
Yep.
Yeah, on all the chapters, and what I kind of want to do is after writing the notes, I want to type them up and then go through each section individually with the review questions.
And then as you work through questions, take notes over those too.
Okay.
Yep. So with each question is testing on some. Well, with each correct answer, there's a little nugget there, and then with each incorrect answer, they might have an explanation as to why it's wrong.
Yeah.
Well, then that's a teachable nugget there too. Write that down.
So I was just seeing stuff that wasn't really in the Becker book.
Yeah.
You know.
They could have been pretest. So, how many tabs are in an audit?
I think there's 7 of them.
7. So I think maybe up to 2 of those tabs can be pretest, maybe 1. So if you found that it wasn't in your materials, it might mean that it's a pretest. They're seeing if they wanted to add it. And then also, a review course cannot cover everything under the sun, and so that's just life.
So what does the pretest mean? That it's not necessarily part of the exam?
It means that it doesn't count, but you don't know. There's no way to know. Yeah, so like up to 20%, I believe, of your multiple choice questions are pretest. So on a 90 out of 90 multiple choice questions, up to 18 of them don't count.
Okay.
I'm sure that's comforting.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, just go over the notes and take notes on the questions as well, and don't do comprehensive exams.
No, instead of doing comprehensive exams, do intensive looks at a certain topic. So like audit sampling, like really nail audit sampling, but do it in study mode so that you get the instant feedback.
Okay. And I also heard you say if you're getting consistent 70s, then go in and take the test.
Yeah, I mean, that's just an arbitrary number, but I think if you're scoring 70%ish, 70. I mean, obviously, if you have an unlimited amount of time, you would just do multiple choice questions until you're getting like 80%. But reality says you only have a finite amount of time to study. So get audit sampling up to a 70. I mean, of course, this is the week before your exam. This isn't like 3 weeks out. This is like it's go time. It's a week up. It's a week until your exam. A few days before your exam, and get audit sampling up to a 70. Move on. Get internal control up to a 70 or 75. Move on. Auditing technology, audit reports, all that good stuff.
Okay, how about now that I'm like 3 weeks out of the exam, or 2 weeks, or whenever?
Well, you're not in like intensive mode right now. Right now you're in work the question in study mode, write down the little nugget, and then 2 weeks out, maybe you rewrite. So you have this big fat stack of legal pad blurbs. Rewrite those into a manageable set of little fact nuggets that you can carry with you everywhere. So do you have the Ninja notes?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, some people review those prior to their exam, but anyway, take your own. So you have your own notes, and then once you have like this stack of killer notes, carry them with you everywhere you go.
Okay.
And I mean everywhere you go.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Well,
All right,
thanks for
man.
calling in, Bosa.
Thank you. If I have any more questions, I'll send you an email.
That sounds perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Hey, Zell, are you there? Okay. How about Vivek? Are you there?
Yes, Jeff. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great, Jeff. So first of all, just let me congratulate because I just found it out that this is a very good forum that you have organized for, and this is the first of its kind that I'm hearing for regarding the CPA. Though I've recently joined this CPA course,
Okay.
so I just needed few bit more of information because I'm pretty much new to this because I believe I'm the only contestant that I'm having here, which is from a non-US country. I belong to India.
Okay. Yeah, there's actually been quite a few people who are either listening
Uh,
or have called in who are English as a second language.
okay. So
So,
I just needed to confirm, like, just to be pretty much fair enough, like we were running having some programs from our organizations, which through which we received the Becker's notes. But I don't think so that they were providing me fulfilling enough. So there were certain bit of promises which they didn't keep. So I certainly have to opt out of that program. Now the situation is that I'm standing up at nowhere with no notes. So how do you suggest me to move forward with regards to those having the notes and everything? How do you suggest me to start up with this?
so you had Becker, but now you don't have a course.
Yes.
Well, you need to have a course.
Okay. So will the Ninja Note serve the purpose, or how do should
The Ninja Notes are supplementary. I mean, I'm here in a few months, Lord willing. I'm coming out with with some materials that are actually um, they're actually full course materials, but right now I don't have those. But what you need is a full video course, and there's all sorts of options out there. What I would do is I mean, you can email me and I'll send you three of them that you should go and look at, check out their demos. But
Mhm.
I mean, you can either spend $1,700 to $2,000 on a course, or you can go the cheap route, like which is people will just buy like one of those phone book CPA review books and
Mhm.
attack it on their own.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
requires a lot more of your time, and some people like that, some people don't.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
and so, what is your budget?
Let's say like $1,500 would be something near about $1,500.
Yeah, you can easily get everything that you need for $1,500. I know some coupon codes that can knock that down. Shoot me an email and be like, hey, we talked, and I'll send you that stuff. So let's assume that you purchased your review course. What exam are you taking next or first?
I believe October. I'm thinking of October deadline.
October?
Yes, possibly, because I'm a working professional as of now, and it takes around let's say 11 p.m. India time to get me off. So I believe that should take this much amount of time to thoroughly go off through the course. Or do you think should I go it for an early deadline?
Well, you want to take each exam. Okay, are you in India?
Yes, I'm in India, so I would be visiting in October and November probably.
I got you. See, I'm sitting here thinking that you can just hop in your car and go down the street and take the exam, but that's not the case. Um, oh man, that's tough. Do they have testing centers in India?
No, they do not have testing centers in India. I would have to fly down to US, take some centers there, and then appear for the exams.
Okay. Don't take four at a time. You I think if I were you, I'd break your trip up into your exam experience up into 2 trips.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So studying for like, I don't know, maybe financial and auditing at the same time, and BEC and reg at the same time. So
Okay. So, like, I'm not sure that whether I updated you regarding this or not, because I have already qualified my Indian Chartered Accountancy course. So basically, I'm a professionally qualified Indian Chartered Accountant. And as far as I've seen the course, I believe except the taxation part, I believe, and the few of the accounting portions, I believe I can definitely crack all the 4 exams in a single go. That's what I'm assuming as of now, considering the fact, but I'm not sure still, because looking totally over the books, or having an umbrella view does not gives an exact insight into what the exams would be.
you know what I would do? I would go on my forum and ask other international candidates who are in your shoes what they did, because hundreds or thousands of other people have done exactly what you're about to do, and they might be like, no. Like, I was thinking the same thing, and I was totally wrong. Like, here's some free advice, and you might do that. I would not operate under the assumption that you can just go in and take all. I mean, sure, some people do. Some people can go in and take FAR on Monday, Reg on Tuesday, audit on Wednesday, and BEC on Thursday or whatever. Some people can do that. 99.5% of the people out there cannot. Number one, it's really hard to study for all 4 exams at the same time. It's really hard. And to keep it all straight, that's a lot of information. That's 14 to 16 hours worth of exam content to get ready for, and then just go in. And, like, you were going to be so tired. Like, if you go to take FAR, you will be exhausted at the end of your exam. But guess what? You have to go in and take it the next day too, and then the next day, and then the next day. I mean, you're just going to want to die. It's tough. It is draining. So all that to say, ask some people on the forum what they did, and you might want to break it up into two sections. So maybe you go in and take 2 exams at the end of May, and take 2 exams in October.
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Hey, shoot me an email, and I'll send you some coupon codes or whatever.
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
That was really very helpful.
Excellent. Nice talking with you. Hey, Zell. I see you. Zell, can you hear me? I can see you. I see you, Zell. But I cannot hear you. Oh, are you there, Zell?
Yes, I was listening. I was at work, so first time you called my name, I was in a position to talk.
Ah. Yeah, hit the boss button.
I can listen to you. One simple question I have is that I'm scheduled to take our exam.
Can you put your mouth closer to the mic at all?
Sure, I can.
Okay,
How about now?
that's better. Thank you.
Okay. I'm scheduled to take the, first of all, how are you, Jeff? Thank you for everything that you're doing in your forum.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for saying that.
Good. I've been looking at your product that you have, the the video blitz and also the notes. And you have sent or gave us access to some of the samples, and comparing the samples, I'm not quite sure which one would be more beneficial for me to purchase. Now, to purchase both, they kind of look very similar. Do you have any recommendation that
Which delivery method speaks to you the most? Audio, video, or written?
Actually, I'm not that much interested in the audio, either video or reading.
I would just get the notes. I mean,
The notes?
yeah, I mean, I mean, essentially, it's the same content delivered differently because it speaks differently to different people. The audio is a little bit different though because it is designed to where you can actually be driving and doing something,
Right,
and
I understand that.
and all that stuff. So I would just start with the notes, and then if you end up deciding if you get the notes and then you want to get the 10-point combo that has everything, you can just email me and I'll just refund the first purchase. So maybe start small with the
Okay.
notes.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do that then, and then send you an email once I purchase, or before I
It should in theory come to your inbox right away.
Okay. Yeah, that way, yeah. But as far as the email that I'm
Oh,
sending you
yeah.
before I purchase one. Okay.
Well, yeah. Shoot me an email with any questions that you have.
Okay. So the 10-point combo includes what?
It includes the Blitz videos that you mentioned, the audio, the flashcards, and the notes.
Is it just for one section or for all of them?
Well, there's one section, and then there's the complete package, which is all of them combined and then discounted pretty heavily. There's a 10-point combo, which includes the software, and the 10-point combo light, which does not. Some people don't need software.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and purchase the note and also shoot you an email.
Okay, that sounds like a winner.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you
Zal.
very much.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, Tony. Are you there? Tony, are you there? Hi, Naomi. Are you there? I saw you on the webcam.
Yeah?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Can you hear me?
I can.
I was just listening in on
Oh,
your podcast. Taking some notes.
well, that's okay.
I didn't know. I was just listening.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I also, if you were wanting to talk, I didn't want to not get to you. So I will put you back on mute, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Naomi. Okay, let's see. Going back to phones. I want to make sure I get to everyone that wanted to talk. Area code 196. Oh, sorry, 9. I can't read. 919.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. Who am I speaking with?
Yeah, hi. I'm calling Abhinav. I'm calling from India.
Cool. This is the second Indian I've spoken with in the last.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, actually, I had a. Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Cool.
I wanted to ask that I have to appear for my exams in April, and what would be my strategy? I'm thinking of buying the 10-point combo light for all the subjects. Hello.
Yeah, I think that would be an excellent idea, by the way.
Okay, because I'm thinking of watching the review. I have a Becker's review every day, one chapter, and then revising from your notes, and then doing the MCQs.
Okay, so let's. Which exam topic are you taking first? Exam section.
I'm waiting for my NTS though, but I'll give all the exams in 1 month or 2 months, roughly.
Oh, because you have to fly
I've
over
started
here.
revising regulation.
Yeah, you have to fly over here, and okay. Okay. That's tough. I have not come up with a plan for international candidates because honestly, I hadn't thought about it. The fact that some people have to just come over here and take all 4 exams at one time. So I'm not sure that I have a good. I mean, because normally I would say, get through all of your videos and take notes, go through all of your multiple choice questions and take notes, and then go through your review and rewrite your notes and all of that. But what do you do when you have all 4 sections to take at once? That's tough.
Because it's for an international candidate, the cost of traveling and the cost of staying, so it has to be in one shot. Otherwise, you just can't come up again and again for the same exam.
Yeah, I hear you. Someone else was just on here with a similar situation, and what I told them was I would go onto the forum and ask other international candidates, specifically from India, how they handled it. And
okay.
And
so yeah.
I think I can see you.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey. Yeah, that's what I would do. To see what study strategy they used.
The
Because
thing is, I am thinking of using. Yeah. So sorry, you say.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I feel like I have a good plan for someone who is just taking one exam at a time. I'm not sure that I have a good plan for someone taking all 4 at once.
So, what if I study for my review course, I mark like with a pen or a highlight or whatever, and then I revise from your Ninja notes and audio, rather than making the notes.
Yeah, so study with your review course and take notes like you should, and then in your downtime, like when you can't study, at your desk, you can have the notes next to you, or when you're driving or commuting or at the gym or just around the house, you can have your headphones on and listen. Basically use the Ninja materials when you can't otherwise study. You'll get to a point with your course software that you've done all the questions, and so then you switch to the software that I sell. The flashcards, you can have them on your cracked iPhone. And so essentially when you can't normally study, the Ninja materials will allow you to study.
Because I've already bought the flashcard on the $1 sale of yours, and I think they're really nice.
Cool.
And now I'm buying the 10 combo Lite, and I'll rewrite the Ninja notes, and I'll use them as my supplementary notes. I won't write the review notes, only the Ninja notes, and I'll rewrite them. And I am a student, so I am not working anywhere. I have the whole 2-3 months at my disposal. I think it can be done.
Oh yeah, it can definitely be done. It won't be easy, but one benefit that you have is that you are studying full time, and that's a huge boost. My only caution to you is to not, since you're studying full time, don't spread it out over 6 months. Like, cram all that information into your head and then go in and take the exam. Because otherwise, as time slips by, you start to lose it, especially when you are taking all 4 at one time.
Okay, so you want me to be quick and swift and not to waste any time, as well as I think, because when I was reading my reviews, I have Becker's and I joined one other review also, that is an Indian-based review. And what those 2 reviews were missing was something that I found in Ninja Notes, because I saw through Wiley, and there are a lot of points which I didn't find in any of them. And if you ask your lecturer, they just tell you, look at the Wiley solution, which is not a perfect answer. And I found those in Ninja Notes. And when I heard your audio samples, there were few extra pointers too that I could incorporate with the Ninja Notes.
That's helpful to know. I'm glad to hear that, actually.
Yeah, there are a lot of points, because when you are in an audio, you're actually explaining rather than just reading things out. So I get to absorb a couple of things extra, and I feel that both of them make it 100% summarized version.
Awesome. So yeah, I think you can do this whole exam in like 4 months.
Yeah, most probably in April or May.
Yeah. Yep, knock it out in 4 months.
Yeah, so I'll prepare for that. Yeah. So I'm just about to purchase the 10-point combo Lite, because that is my need. I already have the Wiley online access.
Okay. Well, That sounds awesome, and I appreciate you doing that, and I hope that they're helpful, and down the line, if you ever want to talk on the phone next time I do one of these, that sounds great. Let's talk.
Okay, I just saw it and I realized only 10 minutes are left and I better call you as soon as I can.
This is only going to be an hour call, but it's going on 2 hours now. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and let me just say that Ninja Notes are the first ever notes in which I've never seen any criticism in the blog or anywhere over the internet, anywhere. You've got criticism for Jaeger, Becker, or anything or the other, but I've never seen that for Ninja Notes.
Well, that's good. My philosophy is that if someone doesn't like him, I'll just give them their money back. That's one way that you don't have people hate you.
I guess as of now, nobody, had that situation, I guess.
Yeah, I try to treat people fairly, and it's worked out so far.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Jeff, for helping me out. And next time, if you've got this meeting and all, I'll definitely call you.
Okay. I look forward to hearing more. Thanks again for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, see ya. Area code 808, are you there? Oh, is that you, Felix?
Yes, that was me. I'm just listening to the rest.
All right, sorry, man.
So I'm good.
All right. Hey, Gary, are you there? All right. Well, I think... Oh, Naomi says she has a question. Here we go. Naomi.
Yes.
How are
I do have a quick question. I'm going to let you go because I know you got other things to do. Simulations. Exactly how are they graded? Do you have to get the whole thing correct, or can you just get portions of it correct and they give you points for that?
I'm 96% sure that you get partial credit. And so, which is why, like, let's say that your timer is counting down by you have 1 minute left in your exam. Especially if it's a situation where you like toggle something and it has like a drop down box for an answer, leave no questions unchecked or unanswered, even if you have to just put like a 0 or something in there, because you start with 0 points and then you build up from there. So I'm 96 and that's just 99% sure that it's that you get partial credit.
Yeah, because I took FAR back in December during an extended window, and I studied for a long time. I studied for about 2 months. I'm a federal employee. I got caught in that shutdown mess, so I had 3 weeks to review videos and stuff, and then I finally took it, and I got to simulate. I felt very comfortable with the multiple choice, but I got to the simulations, and I mean, well, you know that you did bad. I was going through it, and I was like, I don't know any of this. It just feels like it just wasn't clicking into me. So, I know that's where I messed up at. When I got my analysis back, my simulations were great. So,
yep.
Just trying to figure out how to tackle simulations again. I'm taking audit February 13th, and so I have that, and after that, going back to fall.
Naomi, your connection's getting dicey.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last thing I heard was that you're taking it auditing February 13th.
February 13th, and I'm going back into FAR next after that.
You can take that early April?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think within the first 2 weeks of April, that's when I'm going to schedule it.
Okay. And what study materials are you using?
Jaeger, and I have your notes. I have your notes for audit. I went on ahead and bought your notes, your Ninja notes. I didn't have your Ninja notes for the FAR exam, so I did tell all my friends. I was like, if I had those Ninja notes, I probably would have passed because they're more precise and to the point. and I'm type A, I'm a typical accountant. When I was writing out my notes, I was basically rewriting what was in the book.
Yeah.
From pinpointing what's all of the videos, and went back and rewrote basically the sections that they were talking about, and I had all this long material. I think I went through information overload.
Yep.
By the time I took the test. So I'm going to start everything again, like you said. Review all the video, do all the videos, and this time around, I'm going to study a little bit smarter. Now that I have the notes, I'm confident. I think I'll go in the next time with FAR, and I should be able to pass.
So,
God help.
so when you're studying, do you find yourself being a little bit obsessive compulsive about the information?
Yes, a little bit, yes.
On the exam, make sure that you don't fall into the trap to where you're on question. You start your exam and you get to question 3 and you can't get any of the answers to come out, so you sit there and dwell on it for 8 minutes, just furious and just going into meltdown. You can't do that.
Okay.
I call that MCQ OCD.
Yes.
So.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, hey, nice talking with you, Naomi, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for all you do in your forum. This is great. I wish I had this a while back when I first started taking the exams, but okay. But thanks, Jeff.
All right. Thank you, Naomi. Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.